Howdy, y'all. My name is Jon Sturman. Greetings from Hong Kong. Professor Morrow has given us an opportunity to go over some of the articles that was used by the author of our chapters. So Professor Law had about close to 24 articles that he chose, and I dug in, and I think I chose 4 that he actually used for the chapter. And then I went on to try to find one that was an article that he didn't use. This is a great opportunity for us to explore some of the topics that we just didn't have time to go over the first time, and we can try to dig a little deeper into the issues. The first article that I chose to run with was a journal article on the Hong Kong movement, or the Occupy movement, by Samson Ewan, and this article focused on the aftermath and his thoughts on the aftermath. Now, Ian and I think a couple others had some questions revolving around Hong Kong and its status with regards to its relationship with China. So why don't we start there? Ian had hit the nail on the head that Hong Kong had been handed over by the British. The British had ruled Hong Kong for many, many years. And in 1997, they handed Hong Kong back to China. However, Hong Kong, which was pretty much governed by British rules, government, and law, was somewhat left to its own devices. And they came up with a one country, two systems policy where Hong Kong had been given back to China and belonged to China. However, China let Hong Kong continue to run its government, its markets, the laws, somewhat under the British rule. And the plan is for China to completely put Hong Kong under a one country system by 2047. So I think a lot of the concerns of the Occupy movement is kind of this unknown of what will actually happen to Hong Kong by the year 2047, when it should completely be enveloped by China. So what's happened, or where do we stand? Basically, it kind of started, the headline of it all is that, a student-led protest against or fighting for the right to vote, fighting for democracy. And basically they barricaded themselves and shut down half the city for almost a 3-month period. Now, on paper, one would say that it was just for the right for them, like I said, once again, to get the free vote, have a democratic vote. Because right now the way it works is they do get to vote for the government and the leaders to come in, but it is based on leaders that are chosen by the Chinese Communist Party. So these individuals are usually extremely wealthy, affluent, and have heavy ties to China, and their allegiances lie solely with the Chinese government and not with the actual Hong Kong people. When you speak with regards to the education curriculum, which is one of the major points that the students are fighting for, you can start to see the mainland machine slowly coming down into Hong Kong and starting to affect with everything from the education curriculum. You guys might have read in the papers about how certain booksellers that might promote controversial books or with opinions that are negative toward the Communist Party or to the Chinese government. You might have read about those particular booksellers disappearing for a considerable amount of time, being captured by Chinese agents, taken over to the border, and then miraculously reappearing a few months later. You can see in the curriculum that the Chinese government is trying to force the Cantonese language out of the classroom, and they want to see more Mandarin in the classroom. And just a number of things, well beyond the actual right to vote for leaders that are chosen by the Hong Kong people themselves.